because a lot of Americans still being out. They don't want this smoke, right? But you know, the least of the flock is the truth.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50. Just straight to the point, 45. Verse 45 in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 says, therefore, hear ye the counsel of Yahweh by some Yahushua that he hath taken.
That's who you people ignorantly call God to Jesus, by the way. All right, go ahead.
Hear ye the counsel of the Most High, Yahweh by some Yahushua, that he hath taken against Babylon and proposed and purposes that he had proposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out.
Right, and the Amalekites are the least of the flock. And they're drawing out the mighty men of war. And the Lord is putting the spirit on Benjamin Milkowski to do that because the Lord is picking a fight. The same way he used Samson, all right, to pick a fight with the Philistines. Because clearly Delilah was bad as hell. And the Philistines had a problem with Samson popping, right? Which is why he wanted to pop. He was literally using Samson to pick a fight with the Philistines, just so he could show his power. As he used Moses to pick a fight with Mitzrayim, with the Egyptians, right? And to the point where he did so much damage to them, the Egyptians tried to bow out. They didn't want no smoke. So the Lord had to put the spirit on him to want the smoke. Right. He didn't even want it no more. He was like, you know what, let these people go. You know, the Lord had to put a spirit on him. Right? Because he still had to, his name had to be raised up through the destruction of those people. Just like the Lord's about to raise up his name again through the destruction of Babylon and the people that control Babylon, which is Edom. Right? The Edomites are proud as hell. Right? The Lord's going to destroy them. You know, and he's desperate to raise his name up.
Read up Book of Romans chapter 9, verse 15, where he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that sheweth mercy. For the scripture says unto Pharaoh, even for the same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might shew my power in thee, and that my name might be declared well all the earth.
Excellent precept. Go ahead, break it down, bro.
Oh, hey, just like the other was going into, man. Hey, how about you, my church, but show his power in the earth, man. By us, coming out, talking against the Pharaoh, which the Pharaoh is Esau, of course, and the least telling them, let our people go. They refuse to let us go. So, hey, how about Shema Shai about to plays upon the place, man? And he's doing it right now. How about Shema Shai about to show his power, man? All right?
Man, you catching these people, they're partying bullshit right now. You know, they're giving in to marriage. Matter of fact, it's gonna be a whole lot of unauthorized marriages going on around this bitch today. Right? All right? You wait till what happens as the sun begins to go down and as all the drugs and the alcohol kick in. There's gonna be extra festivities out here. Right?
In the midst of a double Shabbat.
In the midst of a double Shabbat. Right. A lot of these girls is getting ready to have group sex. A lot of these people out here, a lot of these men is getting ready to be involved in group sex with these women. Right? There's going to be all manner of wickedness going on in that.
Yeah, it is.
And this wickedness here has surpassed the wickedness of the ancient world. Because you got child sacrifices and trafficking. And I saw the video yesterday and the day before where the lady was speaking up for the pedo people. Saying how they need to stop going after them and make it normal. They basically try to normalize it. Yeah. And basically she said that the P needed to be added to the rest of the alphabet. At the end of the, what is it, QT at the end?
Plus. Oh yeah, I was just saying it's Q plus.
Yeah, Q plus. So at the end, at the plus, they want to add the P now. they call it minor attractive person. Oh, minor attractive person. So they really are trying to push for this shit. It's not misinformation.
Damn.
All right.
Damn.
I got this precept that I was talking about with Esau Edom being the modern day Pharaoh. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, and verse 11. It says, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof."
So you know that it's talking about a different Egypt, man. All right. So America is the embodiment of all the wickedness of the ancient world. All right. Because the ancient Romans and Greeks took on the characteristics from ancient Babylon and ancient Greek before it. All right. And they've done the same thing here now, which is why you have a lot of buildings that are built it's the same way the Roman structures work, because the people in power built the same way that, all right? And then you also see a lot of Egyptian obelisks all over America, right? In graveyards and bridges and courthouses, right? And the number one symbol that businessmen wear, they all wear neckties, which is a phallic symbol. It's the obelisk. The same thing as that blasphemy that they have in Washington, D.C. The Washington Monument is basically an uncircumcised penis pointing up to the heavens, man. That's what a necktie is. That's what it represents.
I was just gonna say, when you go into like the Egyptian, the way they also use Egyptian architecture as well. When you look at Memphis, Tennessee, right? Memphis was in ancient Egypt.
Yep.
Memphis was the capital of ancient Egypt, right? Well, if you go to Memphis today, and it's sitting right on what they look at is now the Mississippi River, and they got in the middle of downtown Memphis, they got a big ass pyramid where the Memphis Grizzlies play basketball at.
There it is, man. Right? And and you notice too that America's documents. It's documents that involve law. The most important document, the Constitution, which they are trampling all over, have been for the last 30, 40 years, to be honest. But the Constitution is numbered in Roman letters.
Oh yeah.
Most law is in Roman numerals, man.
Yep.
All right. Right, and a lot of things are spoken in Latin. All right, so
a lot of their statutes and shit in their law books are under that kind of code.
yeah, they use a lot of Latin words within the court system and within the medical system. All right.
Everything's in Latin too. France is in Latin. The parts of your body.
Parts of your body is in Latin. Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Even the workouts, Esau named that Russian twists. All this shit, Bulgarian deadlifts. This is Malachi 1:3, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragon of the wilderness. Whereas Edom says, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus says the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I shall throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. Yeah, the border of wickedness. Basically, they came back and they built everything you see is like caves. These are like modern caves that they built.
Yeah.
Then they mingled in Babylonian architecture. It's a statue on the building of agriculture. It's like the Egyptian and the Indian. All right, it's a building over there with that on there. All right, then you got, of course, brother said, the pyramids, the obelisks, the ziggurats. All of this shit is all ancient world, wicked ass associated buildings that they brought back. They made it even stop.
Yeah, we got groves on the top of the court buildings and the opera houses. When you go up most bridges, right? Most of the bridges got obelisks on them, or they have the groves. They even have a Ark of Titus right here in the park. Right? They got the other side of New York. Right? They got like the Ark of Titus, a tribute to the what? The downfall of the kingdom of Judah, man. All right?
Back to what you're saying. I mean, just look at the fucking soldiers in the field. That's like the Roman Colosseum.
Yeah. Before they
put a chariot on top of it.
Before they put the spaceship on top of it. Right?
University of Illinois is built just like the football stadium is built just like the Soldier Field Stadium. And they both look just like the Coliseum, man.
Yeah. Because before they added the spaceship on top of the Soldier Field, it looked like you were the ancient Roman Coliseum. That's right. Like, you know, like ancient Roman. And gladiators were coming to Colosseum because they were about to die. You know? So they were going to open up the gate, the chariot racing started. You know? The chariot racing was violent as hell. That's why the people used to like to come see. Speaking on how America is in Rome, this is Matthew chapter 2, and I'll start at verse 18. But Yahushua perceived the wickedness and said, why tempt ye hypocrites? Show me the tribute money. And they brought unto him a penny. And he said unto him, whose image is superscription? And they say unto him, for the Caesar. Then he said unto him, rather therefore unto Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and all to God the things that are God. We're talking about the time. God.
Those Edomite civilizations, whether it was Rome or Greek, used fucking eagles as part of the symbols on their money.
That right there is the superscription. America is the new Rome.
Every Edomite nation that has been in rulership from the time of Alexander Macedon have all buried the eagle as their symbol. Every one of them, even the ones now. Every Edomite nation has buried an eagle as their symbol.
When you look at the architecture in Mount Sierra, when you look at the architecture, you got the eagles carved.
Yes. Give them the examples.
The book of Ecclesiastes 1 and verse 9, the thing that have been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything, whereof it may be said, see, this is new, and have been already of old time, which was before us?
And that's including technology, man. A lot of technology that we have now was also in the ancient world. But Esau hid a lot. All right?
How you can find aircraft inside the pyramids that were not painted on the wall.
They even had, there was even images painted during the Renaissance. All right? And during medieval time, they showed things in the skies flying. Wasn't no planes flying back then. Right? Wasn't no planes, so we know what they were. The Bible refers to them as the chariots of Israel. I want somebody to go to Maccabees, second chapter, 9th. Second Maccabees, the 9th verse.
Second Maccabees, chapter 9.
And go to starting verse and verse 2. And read down to yeah, just keep reading. Basically, 14.
Second Maccabees 9 and 2.
Line up the two precepts. They come to us.
For he had entered the city called Persepolis and went about to rob the temple and to hold the city.
And this was Antiochus Persian. Starting verse 1.
Verse 1, Second Maccabees 9 and 1. About that time came Antiochus with dishonor out of the country of Persia. For this Antiochus before. For he had entered the city called Persepolis and went about to rob the temple and to hold the city, whereupon the multitude running to defend themselves with their weapons put them to flight.
So like how the Lord is going to lift up the standard amongst us. See, they're not just going to get to do to us what they've done so many times in the past. And if you read in this book, this is one of my favorite books in the whole Bible. All the chapters before this, we were catching hell, man. They was killing the shit out of us. All right? Well deserved because we went off. All right? And then they were just being, it's gonna tell you. Go ahead.
And so it happened that Antiochus, being put to flight of the inhabitants, returned with shame.
Right? So he got basically, they ran up and you know, Israel whooped that ass, man. Yeah, they ran up and caught them peacocks and flocks and all that. Right? Go ahead.
Now when he came to Ecbatane, news was brought with him what had happened unto Nicanor and Timotheus.
Right? So Nicanor and Timotheus, they got that ass whooped too. They caught them left and the right equally. Go ahead.
Then swelling with anger, he thought to avenge us on the Jews.
So now he mad. Right? Antiochus, Antiochus, potato, right? He mad. So now he gonna revenge. And when you get to the word Israelite, say Israelite, what Esau does is he created that J word. And then when you say that word, it's connected to these imposters. Because that word is really for them. So this is why people are so confused when it comes to history. Right? Because when they printed this book, they put that word in there on purpose. That wasn't the word that was there. Right? They didn't call themselves that. Okay? Go ahead, read.
He thought to avenge upon the Jews the disgrace.
The Israelites, right?
He thought to avenge upon the Israelites the disgrace done unto him by those that made him flee.
Right?
Therefore commanded he his chariotmen to drive without ceasing and to dispatch the journey. The judgment of the Most High now following him, when he had spoken proudly of this sort, that he would come to Jerusalem and make it a common burial place of the Israelites.
So, man, he talking mad shit. You know, that's like somebody saying they gonna come down here while we teach you, and they gonna make sure we all get buried right here. That's actually what he was saying. Say, read it again.
That he would come to Jerusalem and make it a common burying place of the Jews.
Ooh, Israelites, brother. Israelites. Come on, brother.
Make it a common burial place of the Israelites.
Remember that word, the letter J, was not invented until 1534. When this book was made, when this was written, there was no letter J. And the imposters have hijacked that, you know, that word. They put that word in there. They've attached themselves to it. Because they'll talk about Jewishness and all. No, the Bible, it wasn't the 12 tribes of Jewish. It was the 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right.
All right? And not one of the 12 tribes was Jewish. They were Israelites. All right? Give me Romans 11 and 1 real quick.
This is the book of Romans 11 and 1. I say then, have Yahweh cast away his people? Yahweh forbid.
So he did not read.
For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham of the tribe of Benjamin.
So there you go. So it would be ignorant. All right? And it would be ignorant. It would be basically a flaw to refer to Paul as a Jew. He just told you he was a Benjamite. A Benjamite is not Jewish. You understand what I'm telling you, what I'm sharing with you? They added that word, that J word, to the Bible. And so they married themselves to that. So when you hear it, that's what comes to mind. That's why people have such a difficult time. Right? They never called themselves that. That was a term that came to them, and it still wasn't Jewish. It wasn't. They weren't calling them Jewish. They were calling them Iodians, something to that effect. It was with an I, a Greek term, right? Or in the English, the proper pronunciation would be Judeans. All right? They were never. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob was not Jewish. Right? Abraham was a Hebrew. His son Isaac was a Hebrew. His son Jacob was a Hebrew. Right? And Jacob's name was changed to Yasharallah.
Right.
All right? That's the proper name. Right? And in English, the translation is Israelite. Or Israel. Okay? Never Jews. Please don't say that J word around here. It raises me.
It says, Romans 11 and 2, Yahweh have not cast away his people, which he foreknew. What ye not, what the scripture said of Isaiah, how he maketh intercession to Yahweh against Israel's saints. Lord, they have killed thy prophets and dig down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life.
And so that was the same song. Same thing was going on all the way back then. All right? This was generations into the future. And the same shit was happening to the Israelites, man.
Second Maccabees 9:5. But the Lord Almighty, the power of Israel, smote him with an incurable and invisible plague.
So as soon as he ran this, he opened his fucking mouth. All right, when he said he was gonna make it a burial place, the Lord heard him, man. And the Lord hit his ass. Read.
Or as soon as he had spoken these words, a pain in the bowels
Yeah.
that was remediless came upon him, and sore torments of the inner parts.
Man, sore torments of the inner parts, man. There was no remedy for it. Read.
And that most justly, for he had tormented other men's bowels with many and strange torments.
Yeah, so you know Esau was known for slitting and disembowel. Because when you disembowel someone, they don't die right away. They can live for 10 or 15 minutes. It's a slow, painful death. All right? Just take a blade and drag it across the bottom of your belly button.
Let it all fall out.
And all they have to do is go in about 2 inches deep. And then they'll pull your entrails out and they just spill all out. Basically your intestines and shit literally fall out of your stomach and you're still alive. And they would often do that to men while they were hanging up. You know, and they would slit them and let it all fall out.
Hey, you got blades like that now. Like
They
that.
curve.
They curve.
Right?
You got blades that are built like that. You know, sharp at the front end. You got fingers on the top end of it, so you can go in and grab shit and pull all that shit out. They run big.
Read, bro.
Verse 7, howbeit he nothing at all ceased from his bragging, but still was filled with pride, breathing out fire in his rage against the Jews.
The Israelites.
And the Israelites and commanding to haste the journey. But it came to pass that he fell down from his chariot, carried violently, so that having a sore fall, all the members of his body were much pain.
So the Lord jacked his goof ass up, man. He already had his insides hurt, right? And then he's still talking shit, still being proud. The Lord made him fall off his chair and right? And bust his ass. Now he had paid everything. Right? Talking shit about the Israelites. Read, brother.
And thus he that a little afore thought he might command the waves of the sea. So proud was he beyond the condition of man, and weighed the high mountains of balance, was now cast on the ground, and carried in a horse litter, shown forth unto all the manifest power of the Most High.
So this guy, you know, thought he was a god. He really did, man. Read.
So that the worms rose up out of the body of this wicked man, and while he lived in sorrow and pain, his flesh fell away, and the weakness of his spell was noisome.
This nigga had words coming out of his bowels, man. And he was so funky, all right, that his men didn't even want to be around him, man. They couldn't. Right, his personal guard had to guard his ass from quite a few feet away. All right? All right? Bodyguard set up a 100-meter perimeter around his sticky. All right? Nobody can get within this 100-meter perimeter. This nigga stink. That funk don't anybody run up on him anyway. Read.
Verse 10, and usually worms wait to be decomposed. It says, and that man that thought a little before he can reach.
Well, his flesh was falling away, so that means while he literally lived, his body was dying, was decomposing. This dude was like a zombie, right?
Say a lot.
And the man that thought a little before that he could reach to the stars of heaven, no man could endure to carry his intolerable state. He therefore being plagued, he began to leave off his great pride and to come to the knowledge of himself by the scourge of the Most High, his pain increasing every moment.
Right, every moment, man. So every breath he took, it got worse. The Lord was giving him no relief. And that's what, and I can't help but think about all the Edomites who are complaining about how they don't make enough money, even though many of them make 6 figures. You know, and they can't, it's like they can't make it. They can't make it work. I know it's quite funny. Right, it's like you want loud ass music. Right?
Verse 12, and when he himself could not abide his own smell,
So now, hey, you know, everybody that took out one of them trips to the bathroom, they trying to run out from your damn thing.
You tell everybody, don't go there.
Now, this dude was smelling like that all the time, 24/7. All right? All the time. Go ahead.
he said these words, it is meet to be subject unto the Most High,
Now, all of a sudden,
Now you nice.
you right. Go ahead.
and that a man that is mortal should not proudly think himself evil of the Most High.
Oh shit.
This wicked person vowed also unto the Lord, who now no more would have mercy upon him, saying thus, that the holy city to the which he was going in haste to lay it even on the ground, and to make it a common burial place, he was set at liberty.
So now he want to free us. And eventually it's going to get like that, man.
He's repenting.
All right? Because it's going to get so bad down here. All right? The Lord going to send Michael to jack this place up. But at the same time, select elect men out of Yasharallah are going to get raised up and get that power. All right? They're going to get that power, man. And when they get that power, you know, the other nations going to really find out what's going on. Okay? They're going to find out the hard way, man. What's that saying they got now? Fuck around and find out. That's what they about to do. The other nations, like Esau, Edom, they about to fuck around and find out, man. That the Hebrew Israelites has been telling the truth the whole time. And as a matter of fact, a lot of people start to realize that. Right?
Verse 15.
Let them see how we see.
Verse 15, and as such of the Israelites whom he hath judged not worthy so much as to be buried, but to be cast out with their children to be devoured of the fowls of wild beasts, he will make them all equals to the citizens of Athens.
Wow. So now all of a sudden, no, we're gonna, because he's thinking that the Lord's gonna pull back that ass whooping on him. Look, but it's like, no. Okay, yeah, it's more. Definitely more. We got some research.
It's Isaiah 59, in verse 19. So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him.
You see, they're gonna come in like a flood, and that's the thing. That these good old boys, they've been chomping at the bit to get at Jacob. Yep. But what they don't realize is that we're gonna get right back to this fight. We're gonna get right back to this, and see what's gonna happen is when this whole thing falls down and you lose the stuff, bro. When this whole thing goes down, all right, is now that they're making Jacob the face of all the problems of America, especially the Venezuelans. And when they start killing Venezuelans, you think they're gonna stop there? You think they're gonna not shoot Issachar? You think they're not gonna shoot Ephraim? You think they're not gonna shoot Judah?
That's right.
So they coming after Jacob, man. All right. Now the flip side of that coin is that all those enemy combatants that are here, all those sleeper cells will activate too. Yeah. You see? And so you didn't kill Soleimani, you didn't killed all these Muslims, women, and children. So now you're gonna have a whole nother problem, man. Because the wild men of Ishmael, they ain't just over there in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. All right? They didn't came, and you done brought the whole Muslim world together. So you done brought them down, offbeat ass, spear stabbing, wow, machete hacking ass Hamites. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, they were singing them, they would chant down in South Africa how Esau must die. They were singing all them songs, all off beat. All right?
Hey, because like backing up the Elder Malcolm said, the scripture said, the least of the flock shall draw them out. Hey, Esau, you got different sections of
Yeah, it's
Islam.
not smoke lines, but we don't smoke, brother. Malcolm, shout out. Appreciate it.
Hey, the scripture say the least of the flock shall draw them out. There's different sections of Islam, man. You got the Sunni Muslim, you got the other Muslims. So Esau has brought all them together. And it's not even just Ishmael. You got Hamites. Yeah. You got them Russian spectral bird niggas in the Dagestan mountains.
You got them damn Chechens. Them some of the worst people. You don't want to get into them Chechens, man. And a lot of them Chechens, they also, a lot of them are Muslim. Majority of the Chechens are Muslim. So you got Edomite Muslims, Moab Muslims, Ammon Muslims, Elam Muslims, Hamite Muslims, Edomite Muslims, Ishmael Muslims. You done brought a billion man army, billions against you. Stupid. All right, and a lot of them are here. So when you think you gonna be running up on Jake, all right, man, them chestnuts running up on your red ass, man.
Right.
So you're gonna have a whole nother problem. Okay? Because what they want to do is they want to deputize a lot of these good old boys in these militias. Like the race soldier that just killed Savannah Messi and unalived and shot in the face.
Right.
Which almost kicked off some shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right? That almost kicked some shit off, man.
Yeah.
Okay? And so and they want to deputize these good old boys, these militias, to come after you, Jakes, man, and you other citizens. Hey, them good old boys gonna come after you, all you Democrats, you know, and you far left, you weird ass alphabet people too.
They had that those Edomite dudes in like a big ass SUV with a turret gun on the side and shit. They was driving like it was nothing.
He had a minigun and an M60. He had an M60, and I know an M60 because I used to carry one.
That's right.
That was my first job in the Marine Corps. I was an 0331 machine gun.
So it was mounted.
Weapons platoon. That's what I used to do. Shoot fucking machine guns, man. Was an expert with machine gun with the A1 and the A2. All right, I came in when they were getting rid of the A1 and going into the A2. I had to train on both, and the Mark 19, which was basically that's the A1. And I used to be able to pull that thing apart, and put it back together in a minute. And could do it blindfold. And the Mark 19 automatic grenade launcher. They have a machine gun grenade launcher.
Hey, they had it when I was there.
Right? 203. No, 203 was child's play. They had the Mark 19. There's an automatic grenade. It was a machine gun grenade launcher. It would launch 5 at a time. Poop, 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 poop. Poop, 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 poop.
Going to Metal Gear.
And then a few seconds later, boom, yeah. So Esau got some shit, man. Bring it out, man.
This Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell therein. Dwell in them, Salaki. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knows that he had but a short time. All right, so hey man, they're gonna be coming down on you, man. And Jacob's trouble, man. All right, and they're gonna bring out all the stops, man. Like Pops told me when I was a kid, man. He was like, hey, the military, they like 25, 30 years in the future than the regular public have, man. All right, so the guns you got out here in the public ain't nothing compared to what they really got out there, man.
Yeah, what they got, which is why you're gonna need that heavily intervention, man.
Yeah, God. Oh yeah.
You're gonna need them powers from on high.
That's
Isaiah,
right.
Somebody hold Isaiah 54 and 17. Bring out what you got.
I just want to back up that prayer of the brother read Isaiah 59:19. It's book of 2nd Ezra 28. It says the heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee.
There you go.
Saith Yahweh Shai.
So them two guys was riding around with that minigun and that M60. All right, they had an M60 to use while they were reloading their minigun.
That's wild.
That's some crazy shit.
What?
So when I'm out of the minigun, you probably can spit out about 1,000 rounds in literally about 30, 40 seconds. If you wanted to. All right, you can spit out probably about 1,000 rounds in that amount of time, man. You literally can sit down rain of bullets. Like a laser, all right? Yeah, you just see every 4th or 5th round is a tracer. You see something glowing. For every one of them glows you see, There's 4 or 5 other rounds. A tracer round, basically, let's say it's pitch black and we can't see our hands in front of our face. Right. The tracer round blows. So if I fire, everybody knows what direction and what to fire. Right. So we not in the darkness shooting shit out each other. Because when I start shooting, you can see my rounds going down range. So no matter where you at, we spread out. If you know, well, shit, well, the enemy that way. So wherever my traces are going, everybody starts firing on those traces. So you just see all these globes going. And you'll see hundreds and hundreds of globes. Just remember, for every glow you see, there's 5 more rounds flying that you don't see. Yeah, right. It's literally raining bullets on you. Right. Right? There you go. Right?
It's Isaiah chapter 41, verse 14. It says, "Fear not, fear not, thou worm Jacob, ye man of Israel. I will help thee, saith Yahweh, thy Redeemer of the Holy One of Israel. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp instrument having teeth."
See, you're not going to even need them. Right? The Lord, you're not going to need weapons. Right? But we got to have a sword, a knife, and something just for style. But the point is, you ain't going to need it, though. It's just going to look raw as hell. When you up there floating, your garment floating in the wind, and you got a damn sword in your hand. And you 30 feet in the air, 50 feet, 100 feet in the air, garment floating in the wind. That's right. And you got a sword in your hand, and they done fired everything they got. And it ain't did shit to you. Then all of a sudden you fly right into the air. Just like the right bird. Alright?
Thou shalt thresh the mountains, and thou shalt beat them small.
Mountains that represent governments. Right? So they gonna send out all their troops, you know, all their specialists and stuff like that. They ain't gonna help us.
Thou shalt beat them small.
And they know this. This is why they fear us. Because all we're doing is speaking the words of the book. And they know these words are true, especially now that they see everything happen. So that's everything is speeding up, brother. Then more than likely there will not be an election. Why do you think it's been raining so unseasonably? Right? It's been raining all this summer like it was April, like it was April, man. Because they've been putting that shit in the rain. Right now, and everybody gonna be loaded up with the metals. You see what it's doing to the vegetation all the time.
The trees are snapping.
The trees are all just breaking in crazy colors, all fucked up. You walk around the city, you see all kind of great things that used to be green, like yellow, pink, orange, and all kind of weird colors. Right? Okay, that's doing stuff to our body. So whenever they gonna release whatever they gonna release and call it the next, you know what? They did this shit. All right? And that's more than likely what they're gonna do before this election starts. All right, it's not gonna be. I don't perceive there's gonna be another election. They need something to happen. They don't want Trump to win, right? And Kamala, she can't beat Trump. If Kamala, if Kamala, everybody came on Kamala, she gets in the office, these good old boys gonna act up.
Oh, yeah.
If Trump loses, these good old boys gonna act up. Yep. So there's no way around what's about to happen, man.
I got to put you back.
Thou shalt thrust the
Just start it again, brother.
Fear not, thy worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will make thee, saith the Lord. And I will help thee, saith the Lord, and thy Redeemer of the Holy One of Israel. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp instrument having teeth. Thou shalt thrust the mountains, and thou shalt beat them small, and thou shalt make the hills laugh. Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away.
So the Lord is telling you that we're gonna do that. All right? Because Yahweh Shah coming to do it, he got to get his glory and his revenge first. And then he says, but through the head of my people Israel. All right? So you very men that are listening, learning, and doing this work, you very well may be those who are chosen for this duty.
Got it.
All right? Unless the dudes across the street repent, they ain't gonna make it.
Oh, yeah.
All right? Go ahead.
And the whirlwind shall scatter thee, and thou shalt rejoice in your house. and show the glory of the Lord of Israel.
There it is. They over there prophesying with hats on.
Right.
We didn't prove through the scriptures that we're not. But then they say that Paul's not legit. Come on, man. Why you holding the Bible? So it is what it is. And then why you even over there building on another man's platform?
Yep. They only got a lot of solutions.
Right. There's a whole bunch of other places that they can go. Right. Now normally they wait. They don't come out here. Won't be out here. They'll wait till we finish. Or they'll do it before. But even still, that's going on. Because we were here first. All right? So go ahead, brother.
All right, land back on the exact same as Jeremiah, the 51st chapter.
That's the spirit.
Yeah, they thinned out a lot. It was more of them. So they thinned it out.
Thinning out.
Jeremiah, the 51st chapter and the 20th verse.
Yeah.
All right. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider.
I want nothing more than to honor my Lord and King, my Savior, Yahushua. And going to battle for them to do exactly what he just said. And if you don't want the same thing, you're not a man. Right. I want that more than anything, man.
Right? This is Isaiah 54, verse 17. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper.
There it is, man. So
even they nukes.
Nothing that they do will be able to harm us, man.
And so y'all understand that this is after he breaks down that he gave the Smith the technology to make the nuclear weapon.
Right.
Okay. There's an anime called Akira, and they shot a missile towards him with a tank, and he stopped it just right in front of him and let it explode. Man, there was nothing that could harm him. Right. Because he has spiritual power.
Mm-hmm. So no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. And every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment, thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh, and their righteousness is of me, saith Yahweh.
There it is, man. So nothing that they do or say, and all those who speak against the men of the Lord, who mumble under their voice. When I was up in Ephesus yesterday, this Edomite kept riding down his light, talking shit. He didn't say a word. He just kept going riding back, rolling his eyes, shaking his head like, hey, I was like, you got something to say? Debate that cause, man. Come on, man.
Just smack his lips and keep going.
Right. Shaking his head. I was like, you debate that cause. What are you shaking your head at? What do you disagree with? What the truth of the matter is, they disagree with the truth. Right. Because we don't say anything that they can't be backed up with scripture and history.
Facts. I got something back up there what you just said. This is Matthew 12:36. But I say unto you that every idle word that man shall speak, they shall give an account thereof in the day of judgment.
So the Lord gonna play the recording. You're gonna be, be pleading, and then the Lord gonna play that recording.
I didn't know. Right. You sure?
Right. Then he gonna play that recording. Right. He gonna play the recording when you was on the comic board. Right.
That's you, ain't that? Ain't that you? Look, the angle gonna show you from behind, looking at the keyboard, typing, and moving in to the.
Then it's gonna circle around to your. Then it's gonna show your fingers. Then it's gonna circle around to your face. Like, oh, so that's not you. That ain't you.
It's gonna have it in your dark lane.
Right.
Like, you guys are bums.
There it is, man.
Yeah.
So the Lord gonna cast his ass out.
Stupid.
Right? He gonna give your ass right up to the sword.
I got scriptures.
You want to read that verse 22?
He dropped the count. Read this one verse. This is backing up the point Canasta was making. This is James 2:19. It says, "Thou believest that there is one power. Thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble." See, that's why they make all of those animes and the Akiras and the X-Men, because they get all of that from the scriptures, man. And they know that they are not the men that's going to be beheld in those powers, right?
Stan Lee even admitted that all his characters came from the Bible. Right. Him reading about King David and the Mighty Men, and him reading about the Maccabees. Right. Stan Lee said that. Yep. So all those characters, all those Marvel characters, are basically the Israelite Mighty Men. Yep. You know, King David and his 33. You know, I believe that's where Esau gets that number from. They just try to do it on the left-hand side. All right.
Oh yeah. This is the continuance of Jeremiah, the 51st chapter. And in the 51st chapter, the 22nd verse, all right? With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid.
Hey, so look, women and children gonna get into it. Oh yeah. Especially the children and the women that with all right.
This book of Zechariah 12:8. And that day shall Yahweh defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as Yahweh,
right?
As the angel of Yahweh before them.
So the Lord, so the old and weak and sick among us gonna be made mighty. Right? Hearts gonna be mighty as hell. Yep. It's gonna be like he was back in the day. It's yep. All right. Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9 and verse 4. It says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem.
These niggas is throwing willies on mopeds. That's Jake, man.
That
Jake.
gotta be Jake. Oh, moped?
Yeah.
Everything cool, bro. What the fuck? That shit is
This
wild.
is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9 and 4. And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Right, and that's only us. Who else is sighing and crying about this wickedness that we seeing, man? All right, though we all men, and we all love breasts and cheeks, but the flip side of it is a vexation because a lot of our women are doing that, and that's a negative reflection on us, on our people. Right, that our women are walking around out of order, with their T.O. bitties falling off in the damn place. Acting like sluts. And then they fucking with the heathens on top of that. All right? Proudly in the stuff. For a woman that's not even at their people. Right? That's another whole thing. It's that whole Kamala came all over her Harris. She's not even a so-called Negro, man. Right? She's not even an Edomite. She's not even an Indian. The woman's an Edomite. She's a white woman. Her father's father is an Edomite. Her father's father is an Edomite. The Bible tells you clearly. 1 Kings 8:19. The Bible tells you clearly that whatever the man is, that's what you are, regardless if you have a little bit of pigmentation. All right? Which that pigmentation that came from her mother and her mother's mother. Right? So her father's mother was a Jamaican woman. If I'm not mistaken, a Benjamin. All right, and then her mother was a Elamite, so she's got a little bit of color because of the women in her family, right? But the seed line she came from is Esau, so she's not ethnic at all. Right. She's an Edomite. She's basically a chocolate covered white woman. Yep. But and as corny as she is, you should be able to see that. Because Esau is the most saltless of all the heathens, the most saltless. Because all the heathen nations are suffering in the salt part. But Esau got it the worst, Yeah.
This is the book of 1 Kings 8:19. It says, nevertheless, thou shalt not build the house, but thy son that shall come forth out of thy loins.
Your what?
Out of thy loins.
Out of your nutsack. Life begins in the ball sack of the man. to make it quite simple. It doesn't start in the womb, right? It started in the ball sack of the man, and he shoots that life out into a woman. And then if she gets pregnant, now her wombs begin to cultivate the seed, the bloodline that just got put in her. So if that man, that's women are incubators of men's seed. That's what they are. They don't contribute to the race of the child. They contribute eye color, looks, and that's about it. Physical traits. There's the mitochondrial DNA. There's characteristics and looks. They contribute, right? But the bloodline is already a bloodline. It came out of a man. It's that man's line. Right? As simple as that. Read it again. For those who can. Because there's somebody right now. And it's probably a woman.
Mom.
Oh, you already.
That's my baby.
Because I had this conversation with an Iranian chick. I'm not gonna, no, my children have me. I don't care what you say. I didn't say it. The book just said it.
One time I was in a health food store on 95th, right? And I'm walking around with my daughter and shit. This bitch walk up to me and tell me, "Oh, it's good that you had a daughter because at least your legacy can keep going."
No, she knew. No, she didn't.
She didn't. And I was like, I asked like, wait, what the fuck is you talking about? She was like, cuz, say you had a son and they have a child, the woman just can leave with the baby and you ain't gonna have nothing to do with that baby no more. But at least if your daughter had kids, they'll always be around because that's your daughter. I said, bitch, what? Get the fuck out my face, man. The shit was bugged out.
The foundation of the earth had a course.
The shit was bugged out.
That shit actually aggravated the fuck out of me. I wasn't even there, and I'm mad as hell. Read, brother. I want to go back in time and slap that bitch. Slap out a damn Dr. Strange portal. Come on, man. How did Dave Chappelle said we went back in time to the slave? Oh, we came back in time to call you a cracker. Right. I mean, back in time to slap the shit out of you for saying that stupid shit. That's right. Tell me, read, brother.
This is the book of 1 Kings 8:19. It says, nevertheless, thou shalt not build the house, but thy son that shall come forth out of thy loins, he shall build the house unto my name.
There it is, man. That's you don't need to read no more. All right, that proves the point, man. All right, you come forth out of your father's loins, man. All right, so stop. It takes two. We need the woman to bring forth our seed. All right. So it's not like we're hating on women, right? But we're just establishing the fact that your identity, your heritage, your bloodline is from your father. It's simple. The mother has absolutely nothing to do with it. So Kamala Harris, came over Harris, because everybody did. That's how she got it. Judge Brown even gave testament to that. And now also the pictures and information is surfacing. She did a lot of succeeding. To get all that success, there was a lot of succeeding. All right? Okay?
That's right. I got that. This Numbers 1-18. And they assembled all the congregation. And they assembled. This Numbers 1-18. And they assembled. They assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers.
Right. So Esau got all this weird shit that they go on. They created false identities in people. They create these breeds of dogs. And just and they try to take that same concept and put it over the people. Right. And they have sense of reflection. All right. But they try to bring those same concepts over to people.
Right.
They'll mix a poodle with the shih tzu or whatever the fuck they call it. They do all this weird shit, create them little toy breeds that normally just get sick and die and don't really, they get expensive as hell and they can't do shit. They can't do nothing for you. All right, they barely even. And then if somebody drunk come in one night, step on it and kill it. Oh shit! Sorry, baby.
I got something real quick. Hey, this is according to actual real science. It says everything that is considered alive has to meet 3 criteria: the ability to die, the ability to reproduce, and the ability to metabolize energy, man. So, hey, man, the egg can't do that, man. So it's not considered alive, but the sperm is, man. And that lets you know that the father, the bloodline is through the father.
And that's actually the same. Because the sperm meets all three of those criteria.
Yes.
Right? An egg is just an egg until the life comes to it. Right? And so, exactly. So the life has to come to the egg and give it life, and then the egg forms around it. And then that life that was already a life before it got there grows inside that egg. It's simple, man.
I got research on TikTok. They show the egg, sperm of the egg and the light come around it.
Yeah.
That's what the light
Yeah, it is.
I got to look back, go to 2 Maccabees 7, and I'm starting 21. It says, this is the mother of the 7 brothers. It says, yeah, she exhorted every one of them in her own language, filled with courageous spirits, and stirring up her womanish thoughts with a manly stomach, and said unto them, I cannot tell how ye came into my womb, for I neither gave you breath nor life, neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you.
So she knows that the life was put into her. All right? That the father gave the father of her baby, that he put his seed into her and gave her those 7 sons. And she don't know how all the inner workings of that. All she knows is that that's what happened.
That's right.
This man, your father put his seed in me, and now I got these 7 sons. All right? And they did horrific things to these brothers too. All right? Like I said, when we read out of verse 9, we're going to finish with it. But when you go all the chapters before that, especially like 5, 7, they were doing nothing but rape, robbery, murder to the Israelites, man, who didn't call themselves Jews. Mind you, the Israelites never called themselves Jews. All right, go ahead.
I had a quick one. This one scripture is Matthew 1 and 2. And Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac begat Jacob, and Jacob begat Judas and his brethren.
Men begot children, women bear children. There's a difference.
And so this is the definition of begat. It says to procreate of the father, but by extension of the mother, right? Because he plants the seed in her. If I was to take an apple seed from America, take it to Japan, it'll still be an apple seed, but I planted it in Japan. It doesn't matter which women I planted in, it'll still be of my seed.
Exactly. And it's going to be a lot of that going on in the not so distant future, right? Because like the, we don't care about what these women say. We care about what our women say. And our women don't want to get them up go along with what our women tells us to do, right? Because Isaiah 4:1 is real, right? And when the scripture, you can only have one wife. And what the scripture said, and if thou should take another wife, right? Right. When thou shalt take another wife, everybody get it.
If you see a beautiful damsel,
If you see a beautiful damsel, right? Then you are the wife of, but you got a wife back home. And you coming home, and it's like, hey baby, I'm home. Here's your new sister wife.
exactly.
We got another wife. We got another head baby.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 21. Exodus 21 and 10. If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish.
So there it is, man. As long as your wife doesn't diminish, and that also means in the sex. All right. Just because I got a new wife, that don't mean that you get less sex. All right. And what women don't realize is that when your man actually is with another woman, it makes the sex better for you. Right? For a man, he's going to be better with you. Women can't seem to come to grips with that though, and women want to do what you do.
You don't get
because
bored.
now you got another wife. She want to go out and get another penis.
Right.
And that's what creates confusion. Right? Right? And that's also what creates that smell that most of you women have. Right? Because there's too many mixtures, too many DNAs inside of you. Right? And they're attached to you. So it's really nasty. Because they're attached to you forever, your whole life. So if you laying with your husband, yet other men, you mimicking came all over Harris. right? You know, you swallowing semen, getting semen in your holes, including your holes that you ain't supposed to have nothing in, right? All that is attaching to you. It attaches to you, both physically and spiritually. Then you even begin to take on the characteristics of those. And now all of a sudden you against your man.
Alters their DNA.
You know? Because it alters their DNA, exactly. And if your man was to get you pregnant, the strange man's DNA is now on your child, which is why your child will grow up and be a nuisance because he's always against you and his father. And there's a lot of that going on within Israel. Well, filthy and unclean. That's why the Lord said, whole adulterous generation. We're that generation. We're that generation. Because very few Israelite men today, all right, can even with their own mother, can say that their father was the only man that was ever with their mother. There's very few of us who can actually say that. Most of our mothers were with men before they actually married or had you with their father. Some of you got siblings that's from a whole other man, right? So we're that generation that we need to be cleaned up because that's actually quite embarrassing and shameful for you to be like that. It's my brother, but it's not even really your brother. Y'all two different seats. Right? He's like what the Bible describes as a lesser kid. Right? He's a lesser kid. Right? And y'all got different spirits. Right? Sometimes y'all get along and love each other brotherly, and other times you want to brawl with them all. Right? Because the fact of the matter is, y'all not really brothers. All right, y'all something else. Some other weird abomination. Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Judges, chapter 5 and verse 30. It says, have they not spared? Have they not divided the prey? To every man a damsel or two.
Every man a damsel or two. So women, you're not equal to men in that. I mean, you're not equal to men in any way, form or fashion. Right? The Lord made an order, man, and He put the man above them. And you can't do what a man does, right? And then that's why you have these women that have these gang of kids, and every one of them got a different father, and a household's in total disarray, and she can't understand why she got one child that does everything she said, right? One child is quiet, and then the rest of the child are straight demons. You're unruly, loud, just uncontrollable, all right? And they end up corrupting or hurting the ones that actually do what you want them to do. Why can't you be more like your brother? Maybe if me and my brother had the same father. Right? Fucking hoe. Yeah. Go ahead.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9 and verse 4. And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
And the Lord, and that's perfect. We're sighing and crying about the abominations in the midst thereof. And I swear, a nigga woman just walked by, and all of her kids have different facial features. Every one of them.
Different baby daddies.
Right? Now some of them, they look like her, but then they have different shaped heads, different shaped faces, different sorts of. Now I'm looking at them, and all of them look different, man. Every time we speak about something, she had 4 children. One she was carrying, and the other 3 were, and the oldest one walking behind her. And all of them had different facial head shapes. The little girl was little, and her head was the size of a damn adult. Damn. She had that big ass gigantic cranium. Nobody else's head was like that, including the moms. I looked at all of them. They all look different. So I'm willing to bet, and I can see, that they were definitely her children. Because you can see her facial features, but you can see all this other different shit. And I'm willing to bet that every one of those children had a different father. And she probably she collected from all of them. If the ones that's alive anyway are not locked up.
Independent. Tax return.
She got multiple streams of income, plus all the other benefits. Okay?
No, yeah, you can keep going. Then you gonna bring on the
And just the pay where that mark that they talk about is the tawad, the mark of exemption, man. The mark of exemption from judgment. Continuing on, Ezekiel 9:5, it says, and to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite.
That's you 2/3 niggas and figures, man. That's you. Read.
Let not your eye spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house.
Man, so all you old lying ass church niggas. The Lord got something for you. He gonna come right to the church and make sure you get it. All right? Because it's something more holy about it if you say the church. Church, you know?
This is Sirach 23:19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and considering the most sacred parts. He knew all things ere every day was created. So after they were perfected, he looked upon them all. This man shall be punished in the streets of the city, and where he suspected not, he shall be taken. Thus shall thus it go also with the wife that leaveth her husband and bringeth in an heir by another. Ooh, for first she had disobeyed
and
the
a
law.
lot of Jake experienced that, man. All right? And my cousin, he, I gotta give him some love, but he had a, he had an Instagram, right? I thought she was here from all these years, exactly. He had a beautiful little girl that looked just like his mom, right? My little girl, she's grown with it now. So he's a brother woman. She's absolutely gorgeous. Her name is Deja. All right? Now, then he had a second daughter, also a little beautiful. All right? And I'm not going to say her name, protect her name. But it turned out that, and then he had a little boy, all right, his third child. And he loved his daughter. But, I think she got to be like 3 or 4, and he found out she wasn't his. So in between his two children, this woman did exactly that. All right? And they're not together no more, but he raised that girl anyway. He had already spent 4 years with her. He just kept her. All right? But he ain't got nothing to do with the mama. And, the Lord got something special for her. Something special. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 23, for first she had disobeyed the law of the Most High, and secondly she had trespassed against her own husband, and thirdly she had played the whore in adultery, and bringeth children by another man.
Right, so you're not supposed to get, child support and spousal support and all that shit. What you're supposed to do is get buried in a hole with your hands to your side, your waist up, and everybody picks up big ass rocks and throw them at you until you're dead. Biblically, they get those. Cucumber and pineapple juice.
And they still doing that today on the over there in Asia. They still do that shit over there. Elam or Ishmael, Ham, they'll still stone your ass for that shit.
A lot of nations still had an ancient spirit on them in the ancient ways.
That's why their women come over here to do that.
That's why they come over here to clock their cheeks and jump on stage with Megan Thee Stallion and be whores. And their sons, they want to have flowers and shit in their hair. Come over here to do that because they keep, it's not safe for them to do that back home.
So like they said at the Olympics, they said there was so much sodomy going on there. Pan
the cameras.
They're trying to hide it. But during the intro, so he basically showed their testimony, their video of the Olympics.
I wouldn't be shocked.
They allowed it. That's
nobody want to see that shit.
We truly are in Rome, boy. And any of you brothers have been watching that, those about to die.
Any brothers been watching it? Man, yeah, man. We're definitely in Rome all over here. And it's a lot, and that's important issue. I was talking about Vespasian, Titus, and Domitian. So, what had just happened when they were in power? Anybody? What happened when these three were in power? What made them get that? What happened? There it is, 70 AD. That's what happened. All right, they besieged, the kingdom of Judah. All right, that's what happened. And Judah got scattered, the tribe of Yahweh got scattered everywhere. And many of them that remained were slaves and forced to fight in the arena and all that sort of stuff. And the siege of Masada, right? And the siege of Masada, exactly. The ones in Masada were the ones who didn't listen when he said flee.
Right.
Right? So, Jake, you hard-headed. And that's why I hate that J word, because the apostles who came in our nationality, they've attached themselves to that J word that they made up and hijacked the Israelite heritage. That's why when you read the Bible, the J word is there. So when you read it, you say that J word, people get all discombobulated. All right? So you'll hear Jake say, well, we the real J. No, you the real Israelites, man.
That's right.
You were never called that. Right? Go ahead, back up. Now, you want to be a convert. Because in that show, it's like, in that show in season 3, I've already did a lesson on it. So clearly, y'all haven't watched it. But if you knew the answer to that question right now. But in episode 3 of that show, they fuck up. And everything, like you said about the imposters, is true. Because in episode 3, 2 things happen. One, who's a Hamite, in the scene when he becomes a slave in the gladiator, he's talking to the Edomite gladiator. And he's speaking about the time in history when the pharaohs were black. So what historical thing happened when the pharaohs weren't black anymore? Told, right? Alexander. Okay? But he was speaking about the time when there was the black pharaoh. Well, when these so-called black pharaohs was the time also of the Israelites. You see? So now we got a problem because the Israelites were besieged, were in captivity under the black pharaohs, not under the Ptolemies. You see? So they cut themselves with that one, put it right in the show, right? And in that same episode, the Judean queen, convert, she admits that she's a granddaughter of Herod the Great. So she basically told you she was an Edomite. They would convert Jewish converts, all right? And then right there in the Apocrypha, and in different encyclopedias, and in different Bible dictionaries, and in Jewish almanacs, in Jewish history books, it talks about the conversion of Idumeans, Edomites, to following the law, statutes, and commandments, and they became Jewish. So knowing that fact, this is not theory, knowing that fact, they've attached that Jewish convert history to actual Israelite history and removed where it would say Yahweh, remove where it would say the Israelites, and they put Jew and Jewish. That's the reason why when I read, I usually replace that word Jew with the Israelite, right? To make it clear. Because Esau replaced it. Remember, the letter J didn't exist until 1534. Right?
Second Maccabees. 9 and 16, and the Holy Temple. And the Holy Temple, which before he had spoiled, he was garnished with goodly gifts and restored all the holy vessels, many more, and out of his own revenue, defrayed the charges belonging to the sacrifice.
Job 18.
Yea, and that also he would become an Israelite himself.
So he can't become an Israelite, but he can become a Jewish. We'll see it right here. He becomes like a Jew, but really not. You know, this is white, but you know, if it was off-white, you could say it was white-ish. Right? Go ahead.
And go through all the world that was inhabited and declare the power of the Most High.
Before I just dropped down part, because now he's trying to kiss ass. He thinking that he's gonna get this curses upon him. He can jump down to where it says when he died miserable and sad and strange.
Verse 28. Thus the murderer and blasphemer, having suffered most grievously, as he entreated other men.
See, because you can't unmurder, you can't unblaspheme. You've already blasphemed by creating the damn the first, because they're talking about the abomination of the Last Supper at the Olympics. At the Olympics, no, the abomination, the first one was the one from the Renaissance. That was the first abomination when you took that dinner and made everybody appear to be so-called white. That was the first abominable lie. When you said that you were Jewish, when you said that you were an Anglo-Saxon, that you're an angelic son of Isaac, you're fucking lying. You're the wicked son of Isaac. You're Esau. You're Esau, as the rabbis say about white Christians. Right? You white Christians need to go, you know, do some research and listen to what these Jewish rabbis are saying about it. All right? Why you support them.
Thus the murderer and blasphemer, having suffered most grievously as he entreated other men, so died he a miserable death.
Now what's that scripture saying? The Lord's gonna he's going to kill you with your own devices and inventions. Because the Lord fucked up his stomach and made him rot from the inside out through his innards, through his stomach. And when he had tortured and killed a lot of people through their innards. So the Lord gave him, let somebody else find it, brother. You got it. So so the Lord killed him with his own devices. All right? It's like Caligula used to make his soldiers take the Roman the spear, the spike or pike or whatever it was, and drive it in their asshole. He would tie them down, you know, right, and then he would make them drive it up their asshole until it popped out of their mouth, right? But he would and they would die, but he would warn them too. If he dies too quickly, you're next. So you had to sit there slowly, and you know this dude is screaming and screaming and screaming, you know, and if he died too fast, you was on their necks. You know? So this guy got a kick out of the blood-curling, painful screams of men and women dying with this thing being shoved up through them and ripping through their innards, you know, until it pokes out their neck and face. You know? These Edomites are sick people, man. These are the people that rule the world and say that they're the chosen. Yes, they bomb countries and babies and shit. Right? Go ahead.
Proverbs 1. Proverbs 1, verse 31. Therefore shall they eat the fruit of their own ways and be filled with their own devices.
Like in the book of Judges, the one chick that wanted to play the whore, and she went and got fucked to death.
Yeah. The Lord
you
gave
want
her
to
what
be a whore?
He gave her what she wanted. That's going to happen to a lot of these women here, man. That's just stepped out on your man. Right? That's going to happen to you. You're going to die. I keep telling you, the day going to come when the carousel rides you. And it's going to be a rough-ass carousel, too. Right? A lot of smacking. Right? Go ahead, brother.
Job 30 and verse 5, they were driven forth from among men
They cried after them as a thief, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks. Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, yeah, children of base men. They were viler than the earth.
But yeah, like you said, that don't describe us. That describes that Edomite. That caveman, so easy a caveman can do it. Praying and shit. They weren't even communicating at that time.
That was your movie Quest for Fire.
Yeah, it is.
Right? And that happened. That was during the Dark Ages. That wasn't 10,000 years ago.
Exactly.
That's why they try to lie about the Dark Ages. Right? Because Esau, upon his belly, he went. That curse fell upon him. All right? All right, so go ahead and finish that.
He got right. He had no
Daniel 4 in verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the Holy One, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men.
Which was a punishment to us. That Yahweh took the lowest people on the human totem pole, right? And put the lowest sickle on top. Worst of the heathen, he put on top. And now they're walking around proud like they're something. All right? Look at it. And they're not. All right? Finish that, then we're going to get them scriptures.
This is verse 29. And Philip, that was brought up with him, carried away his body. Also fearing the son of Antiochus, went into Egypt to Ptolemaeus Philippus.
So the Lord punished him, let him die miserably in a strange land, and had his body just taken away. He was done. And now the same thing is going to happen to the Edomites and the power slaves. All right, the Lord is getting ready to unleash them.
This is Psalm 7, verse 15. He made a pit and diggeth, and is fallen into the ditch that he had made. His mischief shall return. His mischief shall return upon his own head.
Right, so this nigga went dug holes in the dark for the other people he left. Yeah. All right, then the Lord turned the lights on, and his goof ass ran and fell in his own hole. Go ahead, brother.
His violent dwelling, and his violent dealing shall come upon his own plate.
So the same, but they even talk about taking the hair from the scalp of the man. They were scalping chicken. All right? And they did that shit when they came over into Gad. Gad just perfected it and did it better than they did. That's why, right? They started scalping Gad first. So Gad was doing that. Gad Reuben was getting the get back on, right? And they would scalp them, their women and children. You know, they would wound them to where they would fall down and they would scalp their ass. Right? Well deserved. I think I can safely say there was not an Edomite that ever got scalped that didn't deserve it. And I don't care if it was 3 or if it was 8. There was never an Edomite that got scalped that didn't deserve it. Whoever perished being innocent. A lot of times they didn't perish, they just walked around fucked up, scalped for the rest of their life. See the pretty bitch, she always wearing a wig or a hat. Wonder why she become a whore, nobody would marry her.
This is Psalms 9 and 5. Thou hast rebuked the heathen. Thou hast destroyed the wicked. Thou hast put out their name forever and ever. O thou enemy, destruction shall come to a perpetual end, and thou hast destroyed cities. Their memorial is perished with them. But Yahweh shall endure forever. He hath prepared his throne for judgment. He shall judge the world in righteousness. He shall minister judgment to the people in righteousness.
And so, when this violent judgment comes, it's going to be righteous. All right, the Lord has let the sins of the heathen, especially Esau, Edom, has gone up to the heavens now, to where the Lord is no longer looking away. He's making shit happen down there. All right, and it's getting rougher and rougher for Edom. We got what you got.
Psalms 37 chapter, the 12th verse, starting at the 12th verse, it says, the wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword,
and have bent the bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken.
Weapons aren't going to help them, man. The bows are going to be broken. I get that Ezekiel 25. Go ahead, brother.
Here's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 25, verse 12. Thus saith the Lord power, because Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance,
Right?
and hath greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and I will cut off the land and beasts from it, and I will make it desolate continually, and they of the land shall fall by the sword.
The Lord is getting ready to let their ass happen.
And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel.
By the hand, so he's going to lay his vengeance on Edom by the hand of his people, Yasharot. All right? That means some of you, you're actually going to get the honor and the duty to wash your blood and wash your feet in the blood of the wicked.
That's right.
And dash the little ones against the stone. Thus saith the Lord. Thus saith the Bible. Same Bible is in the Christian churches. Read.
And they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury.
According to the Lord's anger. We can't even get angry enough. Go ahead.
And they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord God.
They shall know that vengeance. Right? What? You got something?
It's Job 20 and 23.
Say it again.
It's Job 20 and 23. When he is about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him.
Man, so just when he's going digital and making everybody's life impossible, when he starts giving people, the MOTV, that's when, and we're close to that.
Yeah.
That's what we waiting on, right? Because they're now they're starting to send out the letters to recruit brothers, to start snatching up Americans to fight in their unjust wars, to go fight for Benjamin Milkowski and the small hats. Okay.
It says, the fury of his wrath upon him, and it shall rain upon him while he is eating.
Right. So when he sit down to that table, right, which we taught him how to do, and use the proper silverware to cut the meat, and take the red wine and swirl it and sniff it. As soon as he go to put it in his mouth and sit back and enjoy it, man, all hell won't come upon him. All right.
This is the book of Job 18, and let me start at
Start to the top.
This is the book of Job 18 and 5. Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine.
So light, you might as well say it lies, because they have no wisdom. There's no light in them. So their lives are going to be put out. Go ahead.
The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him.
So all those witches and warlocks and procrastinators that they go pray to, and they're CERN and all their little Ouija board and their little 5-point stars and 33rd degree witchcraft and all that bullshit, nothing's going to work for them anymore. Nope. The left-hand side is going to stop speaking to them. All right? The same way, how the Lord stopped talking to Saul?
Damn.
And he had to go get the witch, right? And then the Samuel told him, hell, the Lord ain't talking to you. What you think I'm going to do?
Yep.
Nigga, and then he told him, shoot, I'll tell you this much. Small nigga, you going to be with me. And your sons. Right? Meaning, you about to die, and that proves there's no hell. All right, by the way. Because Samuel wasn't in hell. Right? Samuel told him, you're going to be with me tomorrow. And your son. Right? Go ahead.
Job 18 and 7 says, the steps of his strength shall be straight, and his own counsel shall cast him down.
So everything he do, he gonna run into a wall. It's like you got all this expensive ass equipment, and it just keeps breaking down. Every time you try to, this is popping off, this is breaking. How the Star Trek movies with the force field is failing. They trying to transfer power from the engines to the shield, but now they stuck and they getting bombarded. So if I lighten the shield, then we gonna get blown the fuck up. Right? They can't go in a hyper speed no more. Now you just gotta take that ass with it.
Yep.
The enemy is boarding the ship. That's Esau.
It was at this moment.
They got that old shit. All right, this is really it. Yeah, nigga, this is it. It's gonna be painful. All right, go ahead.
Verse 8, it says, For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. It says, the gin shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. It says, the snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. Hey, Esau also gonna fall into his own trap that he basically set up. You know? It says, verse 11, terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet.
Yeah, so he's gonna have no ease, no comfort, always afraid. He gonna end up shooting his own son, his own wife. All right? Anything that moves, wow, oh shit, baby. You know, he's gonna be so messed up. All right, go ahead.
Verse 13, it says, it shall devour the strength of his skin, even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength.
Man, the firstborn of death, man, hey, how was I coming to get their ass?
That's right.
The same way he did in Egypt. All right, the true Grim Reaper is who you people on this planet fraudulently and falsely and ignorantly called Jesus Christ. Who you call earth pig. Right? G is us. G meaning the earth, pan, and sus meaning pig. All right? Earth pig. That's what y'all call the Lord, man. There's a payment to be made for that, man. And it's going to be a bad one.
Verse 14, it says, his confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors.
Right? You know how that dude be all confident when the bell ring? You know? Then he get that first leg kick. Right? And he get that next leg kick. Right? Then he get that third one and he lift his leg up and it come to his head. Because he thought he gonna get kicked in the leg again. Yeah, man. That's Esau. His ass about to get faded. All right, go ahead.
Verse 15, it shall dwell in his tabernacle, because it is none of his. Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation.
Hey, the Lord is about to rain on him. And then what they told the words, will rain on you, Lord. All right, get inside, Joe. You ain't never seen the movie.
That's a legendary movie.
All right, a lot of people still ain't seen it. Damn.
Oh.
Verse 16, it says, his roof shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off.
His whole power structure, everything is about to go down, man. The light's about to go out in America, man. The comfort and the safety is about to disappear. All right? And what you think will happen to them when they're happy? All right? Smack, 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 smack. Next. Smack. Yes. Smack, smack, smack. All right? Go ahead, brother.
Verse 17 says, his remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street.
He's going to have no name in the street, man. No power, man. All right?
Verse 18, it says, he shall be driven from light into darkness and chased out of the world.
That's enough. Esau is about to be chased out of the world, and we can't wait, man. We're excited about it.
That's right.
All right? We're going to finish with this one.
Lamentations 4 in verse 21, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee.
So when he says be glad and rejoice, is what I always tell you. What am I supposed to do, bro? You fucking Esau. It's still your time. Right? Enjoy yourself. Right, max your credit card out. Sniff some coke. Do your alphabet shit. Do it all now, because you're not gonna be able to do none of that very soon, man. So enjoy it, man. You get to go over to China and Japan and you know, pop Eminem Moab. Enjoy the rest of your time, man. Have your Wall Street parties. Do your lines of coke. White swap. You know, Grand County party. That's Grand County party, basically. When the red couples get together and they get right, and you got a hat and everybody drop their keys. So whoever keys you pull out, that's whose wife was sleeping with that night.
Wow.
So yeah, that's the shit they do, man. Right? This is Babylon. Hey, so me and the wife, we gotta keep it spicy. Well, Bob, looks like some kind of Bob. Exactly. So that's the shit they own, man.
That's fine.
Bring it out, brother.
Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
So the water Yahweh Bashalam shine. That our punishment will come. We're at the end of it. We're at the end of it, right? And that's why there's so many videos of them complaining about how they can't make it, and 6 figures is not enough to live well in America. All right? Go ahead.
You will visit thine iniquity.
Going 30 miles an hour.
And the dog had on gargles. Fuck, man.
See, the weirdest shit is Chicago.
Go ahead, brother.
He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sin.
There it is, man. So it's over for you, Edomites. You got to give up everything.
Everything.
Right? Hey, so with that, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh.
Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Ba'adah.
Palm Yasharallah.
Palm Yasharallah.
Abba Babal.
Abba
That's right. In your face, in your dying king.
In the face. Elder Malcolm, you got to